cut off and whatever. So try it again. I'm gonna wait just a moment to see if anybody pops in, but I'm kind of updating for myself. It's kind of almost like a diary type deal, because I really don't write anything down anymore. But not much has changed. I've been resting a lot, but I try to get out a little bit just so I don't become completely agoraphobic. Um, but moving as little as possible has been, has worked out, which is not cool. But my physical symptoms are probably about 30% less than it was 4 days ago. Um, but not the pressure in my head. That's worse. Pressure in my head is worse. The pinpricks in my head are worse. The feeling of movement in my head is worse. I don't know why. That's actually one of the worst symptoms. So, but like neuropathy's better. Um, the crawling and akathisia and all the weird shit is better. Not by much, but enough for me to deal with it better. I'm not as in much pain, which is better, but it's one of those things. I'm still so weak that if I do decide to take a walk, all that stuff's just gonna come right back. So I gotta keep resting, even if it feels better. I have to keep resting so it can get stronger, so I can start, getting out again and walking, and without it completely tearing me apart. Let's see. My derealization is a lot worse today. The fog and stuff, everything's like really bad today, which is not completely abnormal, but anxiety is a little lightened today. But that can go any direction at any time. Um, that's just how anxiety is for me. Um, until it calms down and it kind of just plateaus for a while. Right now, it's just really high, but it's better than it was days ago. And it all depends on how much distraction I do and how much I can let it calm down without me thinking about it or whatever. So I try to keep my mind on other things, stuff like that. Um, let's see. Disorientation's way worse today. I don't know why it's way worse. I had a pretty easy day yesterday, but usually sometimes it just goes backwards, and that's that. So, oh, tired. I slept really well last night, but apparently that didn't make a difference. So that's okay. I've been wanting to talk about this a lot lately. It's just been looping in my head. So I just want to get it out so I can stop looping. Um, Life is really hard. It's a lot harder than it used to be. And I'm talking about just recently. You know, even months ago, it was a lot easier. But ever since COVID and the flu, it pretty much fucked me. And it slowly got worse and worse and worse, as the nervous system tends to do in this whole situation, which is fucking bizarre, but that's what happens. Until it plateaus eventually, and then you go wave, window, and then it gets a little better in time. But I haven't been in this bad a shape in years. Years. And I always say I'm worse than I am, but like now, it is. It is just a disaster. As I've mentioned before, I've built my life to a point right now where I could have a life. And I'm just getting way set back. I mean, I'm glad I got here and everything's set up, but having to work and do all this stuff. And it's like, because today I needed to go out for work, but I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. I mean, I could, but I need to rest as much as I can. Realistically, I will be in trouble financially very soon. But until then, Might have to sell some of my stuff. Anyway, we'll see what happens with that. I try not to worry about it. But as long as the anxiety is a little calmer, it helps a little, you know. For some reason, anxiety, it's just it like just itches at the nervous system. So it's just never good for symptoms. So I'm just waiting for that to calm down because it's been a few weeks now. Man, usually it's calming down by now, but it is a little bit, but not enough because some days it's still just way bad. So it's not, I don't think it's ready to go away. Um, I don't know. It's it's a little better than it was 4 days ago. So I guess that's good, but not by much. For considering how much I've been like not doing and just trying to get through this, you know, I was hoping I would be feeling better by now. But like if I went out for a walk right now, I would feel better for about a half hour and then my symptoms would start going crazy. So it's like my body's definitely not ready to be doing stuff like that. Or I'm just gonna get set right back to where I was a week ago. Or whatever, you know. So I need to like not suffer. But I also need to take care of myself too. So that's a fine line. Super tired for somebody that hasn't done much today and literally slept pretty good. You know, sometimes I don't sleep as well and I feel better. There was a few nights earlier in the week that I was up half the night and I'd wake up feeling better. So stupid. Makes no sense at all. So anyway, this is me just hanging out and getting this off my chest and for something that I can look back at next week and see what the difference is. See if I'm doing any better or any worse or what. You know, I don't write stuff down anymore, which I should, but I don't. You know, it got really old a long time ago. Sometimes I like, you know, if I feel like it, I'll just watch an older video and see where I was at. Like my last video, my neuropathy was really bad and the burning skin was really bad. Well, the burning skin has calmed down, other than on my head. So I'm hoping by next week my head won't be burning as much. I have a feeling it'll morph into something else, but at this rate, I'd rather have it out of my head and somewhere else. So we'll see. I still feel like there is more to it other than COVID and the flu and whatever stressors, because this is just bizarre. So I feel like I did make a mistake somewhere. I just don't know where. I will remain vigilant as I've always been, but I need to probably just keep my eye on stuff and make sure that I don't make any mistakes. Because if this is the repercussions of possibly making a mistake, then I really have to be careful because I can't keep doing this. I've got Remeron to complete taper on, and that's the only way I'm going to get out of this mess is getting off that drug. That's it. And at this point, I haven't tapered it in like a year and 4 or 5 months. It's just impossible. Not feeling like this. Can't do it. I won't even be able to work, let alone have a relationship with somebody I really care about right now. So, yeah, just got to get through it. But the pressure in my head is brutal, and it's not like a headache. It's pressure, and it feels chemical, and it feels like it's pinpricking, like fire pinpricks, and it's burning, and it feels like my head is morphing. That's a symptom I had many years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago. So it's unnerving to say the least. On a positive note, I've been getting some stuff done around here, a little bit. I actually vacuumed. Oh, that's wild. I haven't done that in a while. I'm trying to take it as easy as possible. But I vacuumed and straightened up some stuff, got rid of a few things I don't need here anymore. Um, I'm trying to cut down like overwhelming stuff, like stuff I just don't need because it's overwhelming. You know, it's not overwhelming when I'm not in a super wave, but super wave, I need to make my life more minimal. Not that it's already not, but I need to make it more minimal so I can not have to like see so much stuff. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody, but it does to me. I'm still meditating every day, breathing stuff and whatever, taking baths and trying to relax when I can, but it doesn't seem to thoroughly help that much, which is really sad considering I spend a lot of time making sure I do it. So, what are you going to do? I've been trying to distract more with projects and stuff, but it's so hard because mentally I'm just not there. And it sometimes causes more stress than I need. So I end up just laying around watching TV. And that just sucks. You know, it's just no way to live, to be honest. I just, I know you all know I have this apartment now. So I signed the lease again for next year. So I'll be here another year, which is cool. But it's like, I worry about it because I do feel way worse than I did when I first moved in. And I just never knew what COVID and all that stuff was going to do to me. And now I know. So it makes me worried for my future, but I'm trying not to worry about everything in the future, you know, just trying to worry about now and getting through my everyday. And most people will tell me, you know, just live day by day and try to take the good things out of your day and, you know, and keep moving forward. But it's really hard. It's really hard. You know, it's like when you have something. And, you know, I deal with visual snow syndrome as well, and that puts me in a very derealized state as well, since that's even one of the symptoms of visual snow. Um, it's not a way to live, and doctors don't believe you. And everything I've been through has been very rare, and that sucks. At least I know what it is, but still, you know, if you don't have proper diagnosis, it's like you can't do anything. I should have disability. You know, there's no reason I shouldn't, but I should have it because I have a lot more disabilities than most people on disability. People will say, well, just sign up for it, but there's nothing to sign up with. Fibromyalgia, anxiety, and depression. Are you serious? Nobody gives a fuck about that. That's the only thing I got. Some PTSD. They're not going to give me money every month for that, especially when they're fucking denying people with fucking diseases. They're not going to give a fuck about me. So I'm not signing up for something that I'm going to get denied with just to give myself more stress. It's one of those things. I mean, I wouldn't be put in this situation, but if I was homeless, that's the only way the government would really help me. And I couldn't even imagine. I'd rather struggle suffering and afford to live here than be homeless. Fuck. And that's pretty much been my attitude since the beginning. I'm not gonna, unless I can't move. And at this point, I can move. It just can be very, you know, I suffer to do it. You know, and realistically, I need to get out more so I can work more. But financially, it's hard. It's really hard. Usually, I just get by, but now it's like getting by is really hard. I got some extra bills that I never wanted after I moved, you know, putting shit on credit cards. Now I was out of debt, and now I've got a bunch of credit card debt again. Nothing major, but enough to where I'm going to be paying on it for a while. So it's just extra bills I just don't need, you know? So I need to pay down stuff so I can make my months easier. That's what I need. I'll do a GoFundMe or something at some point and just be able to make my life easier. But it's not going to happen now. I still have room to hopefully get out of this hole that I'm in. Try to get out of this wave a little better. The neuropathy in my feet and ankles is still pretty brutal. Anyway, just wanted to talk about this, you know. I'm hoping I can pull out of this, you know, faster than not. But it doesn't seem like it's something that's going to be a quick fix. So we'll see what happens. Take care, guys and girls.